What's going on, all my loyal Dragonites out in the Dragon Den? King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Retro Carded Animated Series Spider-Man. So here we have Spider-Man out of the packaging. Now before we have a look at the figure, let's run through his accessories. Spider-Man does come with 3 pairs of hands which look really nice, and then we get some web accessories. Other than that, this Spider-Man really doesn't come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's move on to his details. Taking a look at the animated series Spider-Man, Hasbro has done a really good job with this figure. The reds with the light blue looks really nice, and then we also do get some animated shading on this figure. Taking a look at his head sculpt, Hasbro has done a really good job at sculpting Spider-Man's head. The eyes are done really well, and you can see that there's a sculpted face underneath the mask. The line work on his webs is also really clean. Having a look at his outfit, he is wearing your standard Spider-Man gear. The red used for his chest is seemingly a little bit dark, but I do like the web lines on him. Being the animated series Spider-Man, this Spider-Man has some really nice cell shading. Darker blues underneath his pecs with some line work on his sides make it look really nice. And on the back of his costume, he does have that oversized red spider. His arms are also looking really nice. They did a really good job painting the reds and making sure the webs are very clean. And on the inside of his arm, we have some dark blue which contrasts the lighter blue on his costume. On the inside of his forearm, we do have some shading on the red, which is highlighted very nicely. And again, on his forearms, the web lines are very clean. His waist continues the line work for his costume, and once again the lines are painted very clean and the red is applied perfectly. I absolutely love the shade of blue on this costume. It looks just like it did in the animated series. And being the animated series Spider-Man, there is some shading on the inside of his right thigh and the outside of his left thigh. Having a closer look at his calves, you can see some dark blue paint on the inside of his calf and on the outside of his calf. His boots are done in this really nice shade of red, and once again Hasbro has done a really good job at painting the line work on this Spider-Man. So overall, I absolutely love the paint job that Hasbro did with this Spider-Man. Everything works on this figure and the paint job brings it all together nicely. So with the paint and detail out of the way, let's get Spider-Man compared to our usual suspects. Here we have Spider-Man posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. The Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally we have the animated series Spider-Man posed next to the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man and Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. I love the fact that Hasbro went with the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man build for this figure. So with all his comparisons out of the way, let's move on to his articulation. Spider-Man has a ball joint in the head and a hinge in his neck. Butterfly joint in his shoulders. Arms go out to the side and do a full 360. He has bicep swivel and double hinged elbows. Swivel hinge in his wrist. He has a ball joint in his upper torso and a reverse ab crunch. Legs do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and we have thigh swivel. Double bend in his knee. Swivel in his boot, hinge in the ankle, and forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, an impressive articulation scheme here on the cel shaded Spider-Man. With everything said and done, let's actually get Spider-Man posed for my final thoughts. The Marvel Legends Retro Carded Animated Series Spider-Man is very nice to look at. Hasbro has done a really good job with the paint work. Not only is the cel shading really clean, but we also have really clean paint lines. Add to it a visible distinction on the spider on his chest makes it a very nice look for Spider-Man. And I love the fact that Hasbro went with the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man for this body build. The lighter blue is a really nice touch, seeing as how most of the time Hasbro gives us a dark blue for Spider-Man. My main issue with this figure is the inconsistency with the red plastic. His chest seems to be a duller red than the rest of the figure, but the red parts that are painted accurately to the other plastics. With some really nice accessories in his hands and web effects, I would have loved to see an alternate head for this figure. But overall, I'm really happy to have the animated series Spider-Man in my collection. The only drawback to this figure is that he was a Walmart exclusive figure, meaning he was pretty hard to get hold of. And at the time I'm making this video, secondhand market is asking an insane price for this figure. If you can get him for a decent price, I really recommend you pick up the animated series Spider-Man. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other Marvel Legend videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, and other goodies, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites, coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.